We are headed to Overlook. We're on Overlook Mountain, I guess, near Woodstock, New York. We are headed to check out the old Overlook Hotel, the ruins of it. Once back in the day, a very luxurious, sought-after, highfalutin hotel. It's a 2.5-mile hike uphill on this old, almost like fire road or access road to the hotel. So 5 miles round trip. There's a fire tower up there as well. It's supposed to be pretty magnificent, so it should be fun. If we make it! All right, we're getting close. One cool thing is all these rock formations you see. Almost these like stacks of paper looking formations of granite, I believe, here in the Catskills. And there are rattlesnake warnings around here, but it's cold and raining, so we should be fine. And if you check out a lot of different logs in this hike, there's people who've hiked this numerous times. As I turn the camera around, they've hiked this numerous times and never once seen a rattlesnake. So while there are habitats around here, much like the Blue Hills, Blue Hills in Canton, Mass, chances are you're not going to see anything. But be careful. So apparently we've almost gone 2.5 miles. Didn't really seem like it, although it's pretty steep, but not so rocky. You know, it's an old road. Up in the distance, you can see, if I stand still for a second, the outlines of the old hotel, which is pretty darn huge. So this is kind of exciting. And here she is. When this outlook was cleared out once upon a time, as I imagine it was, the view must have been unbelievable from this hotel. So here's the main entrance. You know, back in the day, there was probably chandeliers in here, carpeting, mosaic tile work. Probably was like the place to be, and expensive. Staircase going to the second floor. Some kind of access behind it. I'm guessing as you walk straight in, this was probably where the front desk was to check in, where these birches are now, because it's kind of closed or boxed in, this space. There's that recessed area where the brown paint is. I'm just hazarding a guess that that might have been an area where the mailboxes were, or who knows. We can reference some old photos to try to find out, but online I'm not really finding a lot of old photos of this place when it was in service, just photos of these ruins. Downstairs area, it's built on a hill, so that's why from the outside one section is only 3 stories, then these start going, you know, downhill. And here's quite a drop right here, so if you're out here, be careful. But there's, it keeps descending down the hill. You can see the remains, and this is the only one I've seen so far, of one of the wooden timbers right in the center of the shot here, coming from the wall. You can see the pockets where they used to be and the strapping for them. That's the only one I've seen that's left. Surprisingly, not a ton of graffiti here, although you can see some's been painted over. Here you can see one of the old rotten wooden lintels. And here, a chunk of that lintel or overhead from the door, once upon a time, fell out and dropped. Probably made quite the noise and shattered the steps a little bit. So again, when you're out here, be careful. And be careful here because it's wet. Who knows what's in here. These steps here are really covered in mud. And there's like a flooded area down here. The dungeon. There's that girder I was talking about right there. Only one I've seen. Actually, here's a couple remains pieces. This place is architecturally so interesting. This is kind of treacherous. Pretty windy here, so I don't know how well you hear the audio. You can see there's, who knows if there's a kitchen down here, I don't know what, a heating area. There's a giant flue. But if you follow this upwards, pardon the wind, you can see the stack up on the top there. These are some high walls which someday will be coming down. Here's a girder that I wonder if someone cut and scrapped, because that just wouldn't rust away so quickly. But these walls are enormous. Trees growing right in the middle of these once palatial rooms. Here's a ton more girders. I spoke too soon. All these timbers. And 5 stories straight up in this room. This would be a great place to metal detect. But we're in a park, so you're probably not allowed to or need permission to. And I'm sure it's been done to death. And here's the room we just came from that was flooded through there. The stream that goes right into the hotel. A feature you don't often see on the amenities list.